If you're over 60 and still drinking milk because it offers strength, comfort, or brings back memories, pay close attention. One of those milks may be quietly working against your manhood. That's right. What you're pouring into your glass each morning could be restricting blood flow, reducing testosterone, and weakening the very part of you it's supposed to support. And no one is warning you. I'm Dr. Laura. For over 30 years, I've supported older men in fighting fatigue, memory lapses, aching joints, and yes, bedroom difficulties. And here's what I've learned. What seems like aging is often just the result of poor decisions. Sometimes it's as simple as the wrong milk slowly draining your vitality. Here's what's alarming. Many older adults believe they're making a smart choice when they pick well-known milk brands, especially those marked plant-based, fortified, or low-fat. But what they're not being told is that some of these milks actually drain your energy, harm your cardiovascular health, and can even contribute to bone loss, unstable blood sugar, and cognitive decline. That's why in this video, I'll share the 4 kinds of milk you should avoid after 60, and more importantly, 4 powerful options to use instead. These aren't just substitutes. They're targeted changes that help strengthen your bones, sharpen your mind, ease inflammation, and naturally support strong, lasting erections. And keep watching, because the first milk we'll uncover might already be in your fridge. Let's begin. Before we dive in, hit the subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss a health tip made for men over 60. And if this topic matters to you, or if you've ever questioned whether your milk is helping or hurting your body, type 1 in the comments. If not, type 0 and let me know how I can improve these videos for you. Now, let's begin with something most men never hear from their physician: the 4 types of milk you should avoid after 60. These everyday choices might appear harmless, even beneficial, but inside your body, they cause quiet harm, weakening your heart, disrupting hormones, and silently stealing your power, energy, and performance. Let's reveal them one at a time. First, the milk that quietly breaks your heart. There's a reason this one's tough to face. Whole milk isn't just a drink. For many, it's a reminder. I think back to mornings with my father. He'd fill a tall glass with whole milk next to his egg, solid and steady, the way men were expected to be. We believed whole milk meant strength, strong bones, and masculinity, and maybe it did once. But the truth we didn't know? Science now clearly shows that after 60, whole milk becomes something else, something risky. As we age, the body starts to shift in quiet, gradual ways. Arteries grow stiffer, metabolism slows down, testosterone drops, and foods we once handled without issue now affect us more than we expect. Whole milk is one of those foods. It's packed with saturated fat, over 4-5 grams in just 1 cup. That might not seem like much, but for an aging heart, it's more than enough to slowly clog arteries, raise harmful cholesterol, and place extra pressure on your cardiovascular system. And make no mistake, when arteries are blocked, it's not only your heart that takes the hit. Blood flow is everything. It powers your brain, your muscles, and yes, your sexual performance. If blood can't circulate freely, it won't reach the places it's needed. That results in slower, weaker, shorter-lasting function, not only in the bedroom, but throughout daily life. But there's more. Whole milk isn't only a circulation problem, it's also a trap for weight gain. After 60, as muscle mass declines naturally, every extra calorie becomes harder to burn. Whole milk carries close to 150 calories per serving. And if you're still drinking multiple glasses a day out of routine, those calories start to pile upon your belly, on your joints, and in your insulin response. For those already dealing with blood sugar issues, whole milk can increase insulin resistance and raise the risk of developing type 2 diabetes over time. And here's something many men overlook: that daily glass of milk may be the reason behind your digestive issues. After 60, a large number of adults develop some level of lactose intolerance, even if they never had a problem before. That gas, that bloated feeling, that sluggish start after breakfast, it might not be your age. It could be the lactose, but because milk is such a familiar, trusted part of our routine, we almost never stop to question it. I've had men sit across from me and say, "Doc, I don't eat unhealthy. I just stick to my cereal and milk every morning, like always." And I have to gently explain that very habit might be draining their strength, lowering their energy, and blocking blood flow without them even realizing it. So what should you do? Begin with the tough but important question. Is this really supporting who I am now? Or is it just a routine I've carried from the man I used to be? Because after 60, real strength doesn't come from clinging to old habits. It comes from wisdom. And now you have it. But the next milk we're going to look at doesn't even try to seem healthy. It's rich, it's sweet, and it's full of memories, but also full of something much more harmful. If you're using it in your coffee or desserts, this is something you need to hear. Let's talk about the hidden sugar trap you might be missing. 2. Sweetened condensed milk, the sugar bomb that hurts your brain and bedroom. There's something about sweetened condensed milk that touches the heart before it touches the body. Maybe it brings back holidays with your grandchildren, those old family recipes passed down from your mother, or just an extra spoonful in your morning coffee on quiet days. I understand. I've seen it in my own family. That sweet taste tied to memories brings a kind of comfort. It feels harmless. But what I need to tell you, and what most men over 60 are never told, is that the same sweetness that comforts your memory could be quietly harming your body in serious ways. Sweetened condensed milk is a hidden sugar bomb. Just a single tablespoon contains around 10 grams of added sugar. But let's be honest, no one stops at 1 tablespoon. It's thick, rich, and easy to crave. That slow, sticky pour might look innocent, but it hits your body like a shock wave, causing blood sugar spikes, straining your pancreas, and creating the perfect setup for insulin resistance. If you're already close to the edge with pre-diabetes or type 2 diabetes, that small drizzle can lead to long-term harm. You won't notice it until it's too late. And here's something to hold on to. Sugar doesn't only affect your size, it affects your mind. More and more studies show that frequent intake of concentrated sugars like those in sweetened condensed milk can speed up mental decline. Researchers now even refer to Alzheimer's as type 3 diabetes because of how deeply blood sugar levels impact brain health. If you've ever felt foggy, lost your train of thought mid-sentence, or walked into a room and forgot, why don't just assume it's aging? Your diet might be clouding your mind. But the effects don't stop there. Sugar, especially in this intense form, is one of the top drivers of inflammation. And inflammation is a direct threat to male health. It disrupts hormones. It damages blood vessels. It slows circulation. And yes, it plays a role in erectile dysfunction. So if you've noticed a dip in stamina, motivation, or confidence, it might not just be age. It could be the sugar you didn't question. And digestion doesn't get off easy either. That dense, syrupy texture slows down your digestive system, leaving you bloated, drained, and fatigued. It pulls energy not just from your body but from your spirit. I've watched many men begin to shut down, feel dull, or lose their sparkle because the foods they cherished were quietly draining their life. But I'm not here to take away joy. I'm here to help you take back control. Sweetened condensed milk may bring back warm memories, but it has no business in a body that wants to remain focused, strong, and sexually vital after 60. You deserve better. And speaking of false comfort, the next milk will expose hides behind a healthy label. It claims to be plant-based. It sounds gentle, but underneath, it carries a dangerous secretome that may be slowly weakening your bones and putting stress on your kidneys. Let's take a closer look at rice milk. Rice milk, the bone-weakening, kidney-straining imposter. There was a time I believed rice milk was one of the most harmless, gentle choices on the market. I had patients who proudly made the switch, thinking they were taking a step in the right direction. And to be honest, I couldn't blame them. The packaging looks clean. It's labeled plant-based. It sounds harmless. In fact, it even sounds soothing, something light, smooth, and easy on digestion. But what I've come to learn, and what you need to understand, is that rice milk might be one of the most deceptive options a man over 60 could choose. Here's the difficult truth. Rice milk is mostly made of refined white rice and water. That might seem simple, but it results in a drink that's nearly devoid of nutrition. Each cup offers less than a gram of protein, lacks healthy fats, and has only minimal vitamins or minerals. And for aging men, that's a serious issue. After 60, muscle mass naturally declines. If we don't give those muscles the protein they require each day, It's not just strength we lose, it's stability, mobility, and self-assurance. But the risks go beyond muscle loss. What many don't realize is that rice, by nature, absorbs arsenic from the soil, and when processed into milk, that arsenic doesn't go away. It gradually accumulates in your body, putting added stress on your kidneys and liver over time. I've reviewed lab results from patients who drank rice milk daily and saw their kidney markers climb silently without symptoms, but toward danger. For men already managing high blood pressure or blood sugar, that's a serious double threat. And about blood sugar, this is something the labels rarely mention. Rice milk has a very high glycemic index. That means it sends your blood sugar soaring quickly, almost like soda. If you're living with prediabetes or type 2 diabetes, and many men over 60 are, whether they realize it or not, these spikes throw your metabolism off balance. You feel tired, edgy, maybe even foggy in your thinking. And when the crash comes, you crave more food, more starch, and the cycle keeps going. That isn't aging, that's blood sugar turbulence from the wrong kind of fuel. Let's not forget the digestive side either. Rice milk doesn't contain fiber to support gut health. In fact, it can make bloating and sluggish digestion worse, especially in the sweetened versions. What you're left with is a beverage that offers almost none of the nutrients your body needs, and too much of what it struggles to handle. I often remind my patients, don't be tricked by gentle colors or polished branding. Real health doesn't come from labels, it comes from how your body responds. And rice milk is a soft-sounding promise with very real costs. But if you thought rice milk was misleading, just wait. There's one more kind that's dressed up to look like a superfood, but it hides behind vanilla flavors, chocolate swirls, and clever health claims. It's the most tempting of all, possibly the most harmful. Let's talk about flavored plant-based milks. 4. Flavored plant-based milks, the sweet sabotage in disguise. Over time, I've watched the dairy section shift dramatically. The dairy aisle used to be dominated by cow's milk and cream. Today, it's lined with choices like almond, oat, coconut, and soy milk offered in every imaginable flavor: vanilla, chocolate, hazelnut, and more. These plant-based options are often stamped with labels like fortified, heart healthy, or low fat. For older adults trying to make better choices, they look like a smart upgrade. But here's what I tell the men I work with. Don't put your trust in something that tastes like dessert. Flavored plant-based milks might appear healthy, but many are quietly undermining your well-being from within. The main offender? Sugar. A single cup of these milks can contain 10 to 15 grams of added sugar that's equal to what's in some sodas. And it's not always labeled plainly as sugar. These drinks often disguise sweeteners behind terms like cane juice, agave, or fruit concentrate, but your body recognizes them all the same. That extra sugar doesn't just add inches to your waist. It spikes blood sugar, puts pressure on your pancreas, and drives inflammation. And chronic inflammation, especially as we age, is a direct threat to energy, testosterone, and sexual performance. I've seen it happen again and again: men frustrated by low confidence and poor performance, unaware that their flavored morning smoothie might be part of the problem. But sugar isn't the only concern here. Many of these beverages rely on additives like gums, emulsifiers, and artificial flavors to thicken texture or extend shelf life. These added ingredients can disrupt your gut flora, upset digestion, and interfere with how hormones function. For men over 60, whose digestion and hormone balance are already shifting, that's especially problematic. Then there's the matter of synthetic vitamins. Fortified sounds like a benefit, but many of the nutrients added to these milks come in forms that aging bodies don't absorb well. So while it might seem like you're getting calcium or B12, your body might not actually benefit. It's appealing on the label, but makes little difference where it counts. I remember one conversation clearly. A patient proudly told me, "I've switched to chocolate almond milk. It's plant-based, so it must be healthy, right?" He genuinely believed he was making the right choice. But what he didn't realize was that his daily glass was delivering sugar, additives, and hormone-disrupting ingredients while offering barely any real nourishment. That's the danger with products that wear a health halo. They're sweet, they're attractive, and they slowly pull you away from the strength and confidence you deserve. But here's the upside in it. All milk is harmful. Some choices actually do the opposite. They protect your heart, support your joints, energize your brain, and naturally enhance sexual health. And now, I want to show you exactly which ones to turn to. Let's explore the 4 types of milk you should consider drinking after turning 60 and how each one might reshape your health. First up is fermented soy milk. It's a simple choice with surprising strength, offering balance and mental clarity in every glass. There's something powerful about choosing Changenat out of fear of aging, but from the wisdom that comes with it. I've spoken with many older men who've told me, "Doc, I don't just want to add years. I want to feel more alive, think more clearly, sleep more deeply, and yes, feel like myself again." That's exactly where fermented soy milk becomes part of the solution. You might raise an eyebrow at the word soy. It doesn't exactly shout masculinity. I used to think the same until I learned what sets fermented soy milk apart from the regular kind and how it actually supports the aging male body. This isn't just a dairy replacement, it's functional nutrition. Real fuel designed for your muscles, memory, digestion, and yes, your manhood. Let's begin with protein. As we get older, the body loses its edge in maintaining muscle. Fermented soy milk delivers complete protein, meaning it offers all 9 essential amino acids necessary to help preserve muscle and strength. I've had patients in their late 60s and early 70s who started drinking a glass daily and reported feeling more stable on their feet, less tired, and more in control of their bodies in just a few weeks. But strength isn't the only benefit. Fermented soy milk is high in isoflavones plant compounds that promote hormone balance and support brain health. These nutrients have been linked to better memory, slower cognitive decline, and may even lower the risk of conditions like Alzheimer's. When your mind feels sharper, everything around you feels more manageable. You remember faces, you finish sentences, you feel more like yourself. And then there's digestion. This is where the fermentation really matters. It makes soy milk easier for your body to break down and boosts absorption, while also providing probiotic shelf-full bacteria that support gut function. For many older adults experiencing bloating, irregularity, or stomach discomfort, that kind of gentle support can make a real difference. Whether taken cold in the morning or warm before bed, it can settle your stomach and ease the load on your entire system. One of my patients once said, "I didn't think anything could help me sleep through the night, but since I switched, I've been waking up with an energy I haven't felt in decades." That's the beauty of something as simple, quiet, and overlooked as fermented soy milk. It doesn't come with shiny labels or dessert flavors, but it works where it counts. If you're ready for a meaningful upgrade, something that not only fuels your body, but improves how you experience your day, this is a solid first step. And if you think soy milk was unexpected, wait until you learn about the next one. It's light, smooth, and often underestimated, but hidden behind that mild taste is a milk that can protect your brain and strengthen your heart, especially if you choose the right type. Let's take a closer look at unsweetened almond milk. It might not have the creaminess of traditional milk or the richness of heavy cream. It's quiet, subtle, and almost too basic to be taken seriously. Yet after 60, the simplest options can often deliver the most meaningful results. Unsweetened almond milk is a perfect example of that. I remember a man named Joe, a retired mechanic in his mid-70s, once told me, "Doc, I'm not looking for fancy. I just want something that works." Joe had recently made the switch from sweetened oat milk to plain almond milk. Within a few short weeks, he noticed more stable energy levels, lower blood pressure readings, and an overall lighter, more focused feeling. That's not a coincidence. Almond milk, particularly the unsweetened kind, is a quiet powerhouse. It's naturally cholesterol-free and contains very little saturated fat, just what the heart needs as it ages. Unlike when we were younger, the heart can't bounce back as quickly from strain. It needs clean, uncomplicated nutrition. Almond milk delivers just that. Plus, it's high in monounsaturated fats, the same heart-healthy fats found in olive oil, which help lower bad cholesterol and support blood circulation. And stronger circulation means better performance mentally, physically, and intimately. What really makes unsweetened almond milk stand out for older men is its high vitamin E content. This powerful antioxidant shields brain cells from oxidative stress, which helps protect long-term brain health. Studies suggest that vitamin E can slow down memory decline and preserve focus as we age. So even though almond milk might seem like a plain choice, every cup quietly works to guard your mind from the fog so many men begin to accept as part of aging. Another reason I recommend it, it contains no added sugar, and that's key, especially for men over 60 dealing with unstable blood sugar or type 2 diabetes. Choosing an unsweetened option helps prevent daily energy crashes, mood swings, and vascular damage. It also supports better digestion. Almond milk is naturally gentle on the stomach, making it an ideal option for anyone sensitive to dairy or struggling with bloating. Whether you add it to coffee, pour it over cereal, blend it into a smoothie, or drink it cold, it fits easily into daily life. With only 30 to 40 calories per cup, it's a practical way to manage weight without sacrificing taste. Simple, yes, but powerful. And in a time when health advice feels increasingly complex, returning to something straightforward like this might be the smartest move a man can make. If you've been having trouble falling asleep, or waking up in the middle of the night, or if your bones don't feel as strong as they used to, you'll want to pay attention. Because this next milk is warm, gentle, and built to support rest, digestion, and bone strength. Let's explore the benefits of calcium-fortified oat milk. 3. Calcium-fortified oat milk. Soothing strength for bones and sleep. As we grow older, what we often seek isn't indulgence, it's comfort. Not comfort food, but comfort that supports us where we need it most. That's exactly what calcium-fortified oat milk provides. It doesn't demand attention on store shelves, but it quietly offers the kind of nourishment that supports aging body stability, strength, and calm. I once sat with Robert, a soft-spoken man in his late 60s. He told me about his restless nights, how his knees would ache when getting out of bed, and how he'd lie awake wondering if that dull pain meant something serious. "I'm not scared of getting older," he said, "but I don't want to lose my independence. That's something many men feel but don't always say aloud." And when we reviewed his eating habits, it was clear something was missing. He wasn't getting enough calcium and vitamin D to protect his bones, or the right kind of nutrition to help him sleep soundly. That's when I introduced him to fortified oat milk as part of his nighttime routine. This milk is rich in two key nutrients that older men often lack: calcium and vitamin D. After 60, bone loss speeds up. That's not a theory, it's fact. And often, men don't realize it's happening until they experience a break. A fracture to the hip or spine can change your mobility, your sense of confidence, and your independence. But just 1 cup of calcium-fortified oat milk a day gives your body what it needs to protect bone density and reduce the risk of fractures. But the benefits go further. Oat milk contains a soluble fiber called beta-glucan, which binds to excess cholesterol and helps remove it from your body. That's especially important for men watching their heart health or managing borderline cholesterol. It's not just a comforting drink, it's nourishment for your cardiovascular system. And here's something many don't expect. Drinking oat milk, especially warm in the evening, can support better sleep. Its smooth texture and natural mild sweetness send a gentle signal to the nervous system telling the body it's time to relax. It doesn't force sleep, it eases you into it. And for men dealing with nighttime restlessness or racing thoughts, that small shift can make a big difference. It also supports better digestion. Since oat milk doesn't contain lactose or common irritants, it's a smart option for anyone sensitive to dairy. It helps improve regularity, ease bloating, and reduce sluggishness in the morning. Robert made the change-own glass of warm oat milk about an hour before bedtime each night. A month later, he told me, "I feel like I'm sleeping more soundly, and in the morning, I don't feel as stiff." That's not magic. That's what happens when your body finally receives what it's been missing. Now we come to the last milk on this list, and it's one most men have never heard of. This one goes beyond supporting the heart, the brain, and the joints. It works deep within the body to fight inflammation, promote hormonal balance, and even help restore blood flow where it counts. Let's talk about Flax Milk, the quiet champion for men past 60. 4. Flax Milk, the omega-3 secret for joints, brain, and erections. There's a kind of silent frustration I notice in many older men. It's not just low energy or stiff joints. It's a sense of drifting away from who they used to be. You might not say it out loud, but I can hear it in your questions, in the way you pause. Why don't I feel as focused? Why is my energy lower? Why can't I perform the same way? These aren't minor concerns. They matter. And sometimes, the solution doesn't come in another pill or a complex plan. Sometimes, it begins with something as simple as the milk you choose. Flax milk might not be the most common choice in stores, but it's one of the most effective, especially for men over 60. It's naturally loaded with ALA omega-3 fatty acids, which play a key role in lowering inflammation in the body. And chronic inflammation is the silent culprit. It wears down joints, slows mental function, narrows blood vessels, and disrupts hormonal balance. By including flax milk daily, you're giving your system the anti-inflammatory support it needs to recover, not just manage symptoms. I once worked with a man in his early 70s named Jim. He came in complaining of joint aches and increasing brain fog. He didn't want to rely on painkillers and was frustrated by how his energy dipped mid-morning. We added flax milk to his daily habits, just 1 cup in his cereal, or blended into a smoothie. 3 weeks later, he returned and said, "Doc, I can't explain it, but my mind feels a little sharper. My knees aren't complaining like they were." That's the kind of slow, steady improvement that changes how you feel day to day. But here's what many men really wonder, even if they don't ask directly. Does it help in the bedroom? The answer is yes, it can, because flax milk helps with circulation. When arteries are more elastic and less inflamed, blood can move freely, not just to the brain or heart, but also where men need it most. Omega-3s are connected to healthier testosterone and better blood vessel response, both essential for firm, lasting function. And the advantages don't end there. Flax milk also comes fortified with calcium, vitamin D, and B12, key nutrients that support energy, nerve health, and emotional balance. It's free of lactose and cholesterol, and incredibly gentle on digestion. No bloating, no fatigue, just clean, plant-based nourishment that works with your system instead of against it. For men who've been searching for a milk that does more than just taste good, this is it. Whether you mix it into coffee, use it in a shake, or enjoy it on its own, flax milk offers daily support where it matters most: your brain, your mobility, and your masculinity. Now that you've seen both sides, what to stay away from and what to embrace, it's time to bring it all together. Because the most valuable insight from this entire conversation may also be the simplest health decision you make this year. Conclusion: a new milk, a new life. After more than 30 years walking beside men in their 60s, 70s, and 80s, I've seen that the most life-changing choices are rarely dramatic. They're not always about surgery or prescriptions. Most of the time, they're about the small, quiet choices: what you put in your meals, how you move your body, and yes, what you pour into your glass each morning. Those choices, repeated day after day, shape not just your health but your quality of life. Today, we've uncovered something that's been hidden in plain sight. The wrong milk has the power to harm your body in ways you might not recognize until the symptoms show up: aching joints, rising blood pressure, unstable blood sugar, memory lapses, or loss of performance. We exposed 4 of the worst offenders. 1. Whole milk, loaded with fats that block your arteries. 2. Sweetened condensed milk, packed with sugar that clouds your brain. 3. Rice milk, lacking protein and loaded with arsenic. 4. Flavored plant-based milks, filled with hidden additives and hormone disruptors. These aren't small issues. They're slow, silent threats that take your strength piece by piece. But this isn't just about problems, it's about possibilities. You've also discovered 4 milks that do more than nourish. They help you heal. 1. Fermented soy milk with complete protein and brain, supporting isoflavones. 2. Unsweetened almond milk, clean and light, supporting heart health and focus. 3. Calcium fortified oat milk to protect your bones and support restful sleep. 4. Flax milk, rich in omega-3s, easing inflammation, restoring blood flow, and strengthening your core functions as a man. You don't have to overhaul everything at once. In fact, the best place to start is with one simple swap. Replace one milk you know isn't helping you with one that gives your body what it actually needs. Stick with it for a week. Pay attention to how you feel. Then, take the next step. Because real change isn't about guilt, it begins with clarity and the decision to act on what you now understand. I've had men look me in the eye and say, "Doc, I never thought a glass of milk would make any real difference." And then, just a few weeks later, they come back standing taller, thinking more clearly, and saying things like, "I didn't even realize how weighed down I felt until I finally felt light again." That's the gift of this stage in life. You're not too old to make changes. You're just finally old enough to know what really matters. So I'll leave you with this thought. Every sip is a decision. And when you make that decision with purpose, with experience, and with respect for the body that's carried you this far, it can lead to stronger bones, clearer thinking, deeper rest, lasting energy, and renewed confidence in every area that matters. Aging doesn't mean losing your power. It means learning how to protect it. And it begins with what you choose to fuel yourself with in this next chapter of life. That decision is now in your hands. So tomorrow morning, when you reach for that glass, ask yourself, what will you fill it with? If this message resonated with you, even in a small way, hit the like button. It tells me this kind of guidance matters. Share it with someone you care about, a friend, a relative, someone who needs to hear the truth. And if you're ready to take that first step, drop a comment below. Just write, "I'm making the change." For those who care about honest advice on men's health after 60, your support keeps this work alive. Every like, share, and comment helps us reach more men, create more meaningful content, and continue standing up for your right to age with strength, clarity, and pride. Thanks for being here. Here's to living wisely, staying strong, and never settling for anything less than what you truly deserve.